So then how did you really make yourself valuable as a stay-at-home parent? Because there was a moment when there was the real separation factor.
Separation with Yvette and the kids. Is that what you mean?
The separation factor of where you got you really felt powerful in your role as a father.
Oh, well, I realized that, my dad lived in California and I lived in Baltimore. I didn't have him on the daily. I would visit him during the summers. And for, you know, 6 weeks out of the summer, it was amazing. And then the 2 weeks before I had to leave, everyone got sad. So I had to kind of code switch and go back and forth. I knew that if my dad was in the home with me, he would have saved me from a lot of, my mom's immaturity,
Hmm.
emotional maturity. I thought that anyway. He probably could have made it worse, you know what I'm saying, for all I know, but that's my thinking. Dads are valuable was the truth that I knew. And so it didn't really matter what I did as long as I was being there for the children, protecting them from like seen and unseen danger. Like teaching them how to think, giving them words of affirmation, teaching them how to say their own affirmations and stuff to themselves, giving them, overwhelming hugs, kisses, teaching them how to treat each other, pray for each other. It just was, I don't know if you can call any of that not valuable. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the foundation, right? Like family is the most important unit on earth.
Yeah.
Right. And this is our mission statement is, the disconnection of family does bring despair, right? So if we know that, then we know that as a father, I have so much power as being the foundation and just instilling them with so much confidence and care. And then the crazy thing is that they were raising me too. Like I recognized, my first viral video that went out was, the most patient dad in the world is what they called it. That's what the blogs picked it up as. And then I realized, oh, this is nice, but who cares if I'm a patient father if I'm not a patient man?
Mm.
Why should my patience only exist in this one form? Doesn't the world need to be blessed with patience as well? And so I realized that I needed to let these characteristics travel throughout the rest of my humanity, not just exist depending on who my kids were.
Mm.
My fear was that it would only exist while my kids were kids, and when they grew up, it would change.
I mean, one of the stories you tell in the book is that the children are these. I mean, they're very close in age. They
Yeah.
kind of bag to bag to bag. Y'all was in a season. I see.
Yeah.
Y'all was getting. Y'all was getting to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Apparently. Yeah.
And at their ages and stages, that was the amount of minutes that you would give them to fully express themselves, whatever they needed to talk about, whatever they needed to get off their chest.
Yeah.
If they were 8 years old, they had 8 minutes. If they were the 6-year-old, the 6-year-old has 6 minutes.
Yeah. That was a way, because I started working, once we started being successful with the YouTube channel, I started working outside the home in my own agency, my own office. And I would get home and the kids would need like one-on-one time. And so I would spend that amount of time with them just to get like a little bit of connection, right before bedtime. And that was valuable, but it wasn't enough.
Mm.
That amount of minutes, when I think about it now and I realize how much time I give now, it's not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what people don't realize is that moment of your wife asking you that 5-year plan has now moved into the 10-year plan, 15-year plan, because you all started the channel in 2015.
Yes.
And what started off where you were not the breadwinner, you were not the sole provider, the financial provider in the house.
Yeah.
You have transformed this into a 7-figure business.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's
the patience.
That is the patience. That's my wife's trust.
Yeah.
That is favor. That is skill and talent. I always like to throw me in there because I always forget about myself. My therapist be like, man, if you don't throw yourself in there.
Yeah.
But that's also a lot of ambition. And what I've learned, the saddest lesson I've learned is that my ambition can be a terrible thing for the relationships in my home. I have to protect my children from my ambition when you have a family business. Because one time my wife came up to me and was like, you know, sometimes these questions I just get like, man, they're life altering. She goes, is our family a business or do we have a family business? And I was just like, oh my God, can I just get this paper? You know what I'm saying? Like, can we just get this paper?
I went from being a rapper, playing chess outside the
Yeah.
dorm to
Yeah,
now I'm out here making these moves.
Yeah, I had to shape shift in so many different things. And sometimes I had to get my wife's approval if it was okay. And so when I started to lose relationship equity in the home, that's where things got murky.
Yeah, because you said that you would be doing these videos and it got to a point that you really lost your children's trust because every time you came around, the kids are like, oh, here you go with the camera, and they shut down around you. Yeah.
Yeah, they would stop talking when I entered the room. You know, I don't think anybody wants to be in that position. I'm embarrassed by that, you know, and I would say ashamed, but I'm not because I've done the work to restore that relationship. And that took a lot of time and a commitment. Like, one, I had to admit what I did was wrong. I had to promise them that I would spend the rest of my life trying to get it right, ask them what I needed to do to make it right for them. And at that time was take a bunch of videos down off the internet.
So the children asked you to take some of the videos down?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which videos were the ones that...
Everything from the beginning to 2020 was taken down, and then we re-uploaded it once they said it was okay for them, and then we took down everything from 2015 to 2019.
Wow.
Yeah, and we took it down because I think that the kids are older, and now we're doing consent meetings. So before we put out a video, we sit together, we watch it, and we say, I want this part out, I like this part is too long. Like, we all watch it as a family. And then we re-upload them. So I'm giving us an opportunity to do that with the original videos that we've put out.
I think that is so cool because I think sometimes we just place our stuff on the children like they're not active participants in this home. Like, they live here too. Like, they're humans too, you know? They have autonomy. They have a voice.
Yes.
And I think your oldest son, Theo, who I told you when we were talking before, I was like, I think Theo was my spirit animal, okay? Because Theo he be doing the workouts in the homeschool workout class, in the homeschool gym class. He be having on the shades. He be having on the hat to the back. I'm like, oh, I think Theo, that's my homie.
Yeah. He's the one that he's the accountability. I don't like that weight is on him, and I always tell him, like, son, you don't have to do that. But he does notice a lot of inconsistencies. So I remember one time he was 5 years old and he walked into the garage, and this is after my wife quit her job. She quit her job. We had the baby, Anaya, at the time, and he was like, you know, you're not playing Blanket Warrior with us like that no more. He walked in and was like, you know, I think you're distracted. You're distracted by your computer. You're distracted from your family, and I think you should think about spending more time with your family.
And how old is he?
5.
5 years old.
Yeah.
And he said, you distracted.
Yeah, and I was looking at him like, boy, if you don't get your ashy butt out of my garage and let me get to this paper, you know what I'm saying? But I never want to shut him down because I want him to know his voice matters. Because what we do and what I've experienced as a child is we tell children to be seen, not heard. You stay in the child's place, and then when we get to a certain age, they like, stand up for yourself.
And they're like,
and I'm like, I don't know how to do that.
I've been told to be quiet.
Yes.
For the last 13, 14 years.
Exactly. And then when we start flipping around, and then our parents are the ones that we're kind of like, no, we're not going for that. And it's a real problem when we start standing up. So I wanted to create a norm that your voice matters. And this is why early on in the videos, you would see their words pop up on the screen because the people couldn't understand what they were saying because it's baby talk.
Yeah.
But I knew what they were saying because I was with them all the time, and I just translated them, but the words would pop up real big so that people, can understand what they were saying because their voices matter. Like if you're a child, your voice matters. Like that is really important for us to know, especially if you have someone that you want to come back to your home when they have the freedom to leave.
Yeah.
You got to let them know that their voice matters.
If that blessed you, trust me, you've only scratched the surface. There's so much more wisdom, truth, and transformation waiting in the full conversation. Click the link in the caption below to watch the entire interview. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode of Vault Empowers Talks.